this week I'm going to be doing a challenge, and that challenge is to read 200 pages every single day for the next week. So I've seen this video on a few people's channels recently. I have attempted something like this before. I attempted to read 100 pages a day and failed. So ask me why I'm considering doing 200 pages a day. Basically, when I last attempted the 100 pages a day challenge, I was working full time and I had a lot going on. I was still in university. There was so much happening. So I just didn't really have much time to read. So I wasn't successful. However, right now it is summer for me. I am unemployed. I have graduated university. I don't really have many friends, so I don't have any plans for the entire week pretty much. So instead of just moping around with nothing to do, I'm challenging myself to read 200 pages a day. So I feel like I can do this. Like this week, I am motivated, I am ready, I can do this. So the book that I'm currently reading is Twisted Games by Ana Huang. This is the second book in the Twisted series, and it is a bodyguard princess romance. It is like forbidden romance, forced proximity, like all of that. I rated the first book in the series, Twisted Love. I gave it 4 stars. This one, so far, I'm on page 126, and honestly, this is looking like a 5-star so far for me. Like, it is so good. It is really fast paced. It's one of those books where when you're reading, you're just so engrossed in the story that you don't even realise what page you're on. Like, it is just so good. Also, this is a 200 pages a day challenge, but I can go over if I want to. And to be honest, I feel like if I read 200 pages of this book, I'm going to want to finish it because it's just so good. So we'll see. But with the challenge, my goal for today is to get to page 326, which is, bear with. Oh, perfect. It ends on a chapter. Oh god, it looks like a lot when you it looks like a lot. All of that I have to read today, and that will take me to chapter 40. I've got this. Let's do this challenge. Please believe in me, because I need the motivation. But yeah, here we go. Let's start this challenge. Okay, it's Monday evening and I have actually surpassed my 200 page goal. I was supposed to read to page 326, but I'm on page 338. So I've read 112 pages. Yeah, 112 pages. And I literally only have 100 pages left, so I think I might carry on reading for a little bit. But we have just reached the third act conflict, and this book is so good. Like, normally I would absolutely hate the third act conflict. Like, I hate the conflict in romance books like 95% of the time. I feel like it's so unnecessary, and like I feel like a lot of the time the authors make the conflict just not good. But the conflict in this book makes complete sense. Like, Bridget is a princess and she is about to become the queen, and she's dating her bodyguard. Like, it just isn't royal. Like, it just doesn't work in, it just doesn't make sense, and it doesn't work with the law. Like, it just won't work, and like that is what the conflict is sort of about, and it just makes sense. Like, it's done so well. I absolutely love the protective and like jealous nature of Reese. Like, it is so good, and I love Bridget. Like, she was trying so hard, like to make everything work for her. Like, she didn't want to be the queen, she didn't want to be the heir to the throne, but like life threw things at her and she was trying to make the best of it. And it's sort of all catching up to her. She's realised she can't be selfish. Like, I just love Bridget. I love her. So yeah, I have 100 pages left of this. I might carry on reading it tonight and I will update you if I do end up finishing it. But yeah, so far this is definitely like a 5-star. Okay, I exceeded my 200 pages yesterday. I actually read 266 pages and I literally only have 46 pages left of Twisted Games. So the first port of call today is to finish Twisted Games by reading the last 46 pages, and then that leaves 154 pages left to reach my 200 page goal for today. And I think the book after Twisted Games that I'm going to read is House of Sky and Breath by Sarah J Maas. This is on my August TBR and it just needs to be read, and I figured if I read this while I'm doing this challenge, it's an 800 page book, so I should finish it within 4 days, which sounds good to me. So it's 154 pages that I'd have to read of this, but the chapter ends on page 161, so it'll be a little bit over, but I don't stop reading in the middle of chapters. That's just not me. If you don't know, this is the second book in the Crescent City series. The first one is House of Earth and Blood, and I cried many times reading House of Earth and Blood, so I am a little bit scared for this. However, I did remember that when I was reading House of Earth and Blood, I got really into it and was reading it really fast, so hopefully this is the same, because it is the biggest book on my physical TBR, which is terrifying. But this is today's plans. I've spilt 2 drinks this morning. Let's hope that I don't make it a third, because that would not be good. Sly. Oh, that is so strong. It is currently Wednesday. I don't think I filmed my update for yesterday, but I did read my 200 pages yesterday. I actually read 207 pages, so I went over again, but that's because I wanted to get to the end of a chapter. So I did finish the last 46 pages of Twisted Games, and I gave this 5 stars. It was incredible. The last 46 pages were really, really good as well, and they also hinted at what was coming up in the next book. So I did nearly pick up the next book, which is Twisted Hate. I really, really wanted to read it, and I will try and read it soon because I just can't wait. I love Anna Huang's writing and I just need to read all of her books. Then I did read 161 pages of House of Sky and Breath, so I got 20% in, and today I have to read 200 pages of this, but to get to the next chapter it will be page 366, so hopefully I can read all of that today. I was really intimidated to start this book because it's been so long since I read House of Earth and Blood that I was just like, there's no way I'm going to remember the magic system and the world. And I know that it's an urban fantasy, there's phones and stuff, modern technology is very much in this, and it's a modern world, but it is a different world, and there is so many different types of fae. That it's a lot. Sarah J Maas really puts her whole never mind. I'm not gonna say what I was just about to say, but Sarah J Maas really works hard to build up her worlds and the magic system and the fae. It's so in depth and so in detail, and there are so many. Why do I look so gross? I look gross. Anyway, there are so many so many storylines going on at once, and I was like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to remember all the characters and everything. But at the start I was a bit like, what the hell is going on? I didn't really remember much, and I still don't remember a lot of the things that's happening, but as I get further in I find myself being like, oh yeah, okay, that happened and this is happening and this is who those people are. I am remembering more as I go along, which obviously makes sense. But I was gonna read a recap or a summary of the first book, but all the websites I went on, the summaries were literally the length of the book, so I was like, I'm not reading that. I'm just gonna go into it and hope for the best. And honestly, yeah, I'm really, really enjoying it. Again, I'm loving being back in the world. And there's obviously
I say obviously, but maybe people haven't read the first book, but this series is about a girl called Bryce Quinlan, who is I don't know what she is actually. I think she was human. I don't know what she is, but anyway, and Hunt, who is this like angel. I don't know if that's correct. I've literally read the entire first book and I can't tell you if that's right. But anyway, it is very much like an urban fantasy series about... I don't know how to explain actually what it's about. I don't know how to explain it. But this next one is about after the events that took place. There was like a big conflict that happened, and Bryce basically had to save the city from this conflict. And yeah, it's basically the aftermath of that. I really don't know what to say that isn't going to spoil the first book, but yeah, it is fantasy romance, so there is a romance in there. And currently, so far, I'm on chapter 14, and so far we've basically got the background of another storyline that's going to be taking place throughout this book, like a mystery or a side quest that's going to be going on during the book, involving different characters, but the main characters from the last book are being brought into that as well. So I really like that they're bringing people back, and it's about Bryce and Hunt still, but it's also about this other storyline and these other characters. So I really like that they've introduced more people. It can be quite overwhelming to have like thousands of characters in a book, but I feel like Sarah J Maas does it really, really well, where you learn about them, but you don't have to know everything about each character to understand what's going on. But if you want to, the information is there, but you don't have to remember everything about every character. I think the reason I find Sarah J Maas's books so easy is that although there is so much going on, she makes it very accessible to the reader. Like, I don't understand or I don't remember what half of the Fae beings are, but she writes it in a way to like give hints or reminders in case you have forgot, which I think is really, really good. Anyway, I need to stop talking because I've been talking for 7 minutes. But yeah, let's start my 200 pages and hopefully get closer to halfway into this book, which is crazy considering I started it yesterday. I failed my 200 pages yesterday. I'm so sorry. We're allowed to have bad days, and I will do better today. That's all. Okay, today is Saturday, and yesterday, well, let me just rewind. Thursday, I did not read my 200 pages. I don't know what happened. I just didn't read anything at all. I wasn't in a reading mood, and that's fine. I'm allowed to have a day off. Yesterday I read 139 pages and then fell asleep. I was trying to read my 200 pages, but I did fall asleep. So I was supposed to get to page 566 yesterday, but to get to a chapter it was 574, but I actually made it to 505. So today, technically, to do my 200 pages, I have to get to 705. But the book is only 801 pages long. So I feel like if I read the entire rest of this book today, then surely that makes up for failing the other part the other days. Surely, I don't know, but anyway, I am 505 pages in, and it's getting so intense now. Like, we're finding out so much more about the magic, about Bryce and Hunt's magic, about the rebellion, about the enemies. Like, there is so much happening, and it is so intense, and I'm terrified. Like, I just have this gut feeling that something is gonna make me cry. Like, I don't know, I'm really, really scared. Also, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but in chapter 45,
something, a new fae slash a new creature was just like revealed to be in this world. And when I tell you that I am so happy, like, I can't believe it. I'm not gonna spoil it, but a new creature just dropped, and I'm so happy that this creature is in this world. Like, it just makes so much sense, and I'm just so happy. But yeah, if I finish this book today, the last 300 pages or 297 pages, then I feel like that makes up for failing Thursday and yesterday. Okay, I don't know if you can tell, but I sobbed at this book, at the ending. I sobbed. I knew it was gonna happen. I need the third book. At the very end, if you've read this book, you'll know there was a big revelation and it was so good, but the events to get there were so sad. So I'm crying, but I'm also really excited for the third book. I don't know how I'm supposed to just go about my daily life knowing this information and not having the next book yet. I don't know how I'm supposed to live like this. I'll give a proper update tomorrow, but I have finished the book and therefore have read like 300 pages today. Okay, I'm back. I'm a little bit more emotionally stable than I was last night. To give a proper final update of House of Sky and Breath. So, yeah, if you've read this book, you know that the ending is really shocking. Like, literally the last page before the epilogue, like, is a big revelation, a big shock, which I did not expect at all, and I don't know how I avoided spoilers for so long, but I did. Like, I wasn't spoiled at all. Like, I genuinely had no idea this was gonna happen. And the reason I was crying so much was not because of that revelation, but like the few chapters before the end. Yeah, was the final conflict scene, and it was very emotional. I really hope that without saying too much, I really hope that in the next book the characters find a resolution, and I don't know how long this series is supposed to be, but yeah, I really hope that in the next book they figure this out. And I just can't wait for the next book. Like, I need the characters in the next book. Like, I just need them. I just need to know what is going on here. Like, genuinely, I had such an adrenaline rush last night after I stopped crying. Like, I could not believe what I'd read. So yeah, this book was incredible. Anyways, so for my week of reading 200 pages, I managed to read a total of 1,113 pages, which I think is really good. Like, this is the longest book on my TBR, and I read it this week. Like, I'm so proud of myself, and like, even though I did miss a day on Thursday, I feel like I'm more than made up for it by reading the rest of this book in one day. So yeah, I'm really proud of myself. I genuinely didn't know if I was actually going to be able to do it, considering when I did the 100 pages a day challenge, I failed miserably. But I don't know, I managed it, and maybe I can try more reading challenges, because it actually did motivate me to like keep going and keep reading because there was a challenge. So yeah, let me know of any other challenges you want me to do, because this was really fun. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. Go and pick up this book if you haven't picked it up already, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Did you get home late? Did you think about your ex today? I know that you've been trying